Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Black and Blue. Black and Blue is a fast paced action thriller about a rookie cop who inadvertently captures the murder of a young drug dealer on her body cam. After realizing that the murder was committed by corrupt cops, she teams up with the one person from her community who is willing to help her, as she tries to escape the criminals out for revenge and the police who are desperate to destroy the incriminating footage. This is a 2019 film. It is rated R. It runs about an hour 40 or so, and it stars Naomi Harris and Tyrese Gibson. This is Black and Blue. Well, this is one of those movies I'm not really sure why I didn't see it in theaters. We all know Tyrese Gibson. We've come to know Naomi Harris a little bit. And I think the previews for movies like this kind of make it seem a little predictable. And I think it was predictable now that I finally got a chance to watch it. So I think that's really the biggest problem of why I didn't see it in theater and why probably a lot of people didn't see it in theater. I've been actually hearing on Facebook and stuff that people have kind of just watched this movie recently, and so I'm kind of in the norm there. So, yeah, I think let's just start with Tyrese Gibson because we know all about him with the Fast and Furious franchise, and this is kind of a branch off for him. That's great, you know. Obviously, he's not the main character, which I don't know. It kind of worked out, I guess, a little bit, but we know what Tyrese is capable of. And his character has a limp, and that didn't really work for me because we know how strong Tyrese is and how smart he is and how funny he is and everything from the Fast and Furious. And then, I don't know, it's just like everybody is always mulling over the consequences of their actions in this movie. You know, whether they help out Naomi Harris or not, whether they, want to know what's going on, whether they want, whether they are involved or not, if they're doing the right thing or not. There's just so many back and forth things that kind of start to wear on your patience. And I think Tyrese's character is the biggest thing that kind of tested my patience with this movie, was because I know what he's capable of. I know who he is, and he played such a weak character. It just kind of was like, oh, okay. So, the premise of the movie, yes, predictable. It is about this scene where she captures on her body cam about this shooting and everything that happens thereafter. We kind of knew what was coming from the preview. If you ever saw the preview ever for this movie, you kind of know what's going to happen there on. She's going to be on the chase. They're going to be following her. They're going to be trying to kill her because they're corrupt and they don't want anybody to know. And, you figure the movie will end in a nice, happy way. And that's not necessarily true that it ends in a nice, happy way, but it is a pretty straightforward movie. So, I think the biggest criticism I've heard and I agree with is that the characters in this movie are so dry. I just said body cam for the first time like 30 seconds ago. They say body cam in this movie about what? You could probably do a drinking game about it, 100 times. I mean, it's just ridiculous how many times somebody says body cam, body cam, body cam. It's all about the body cam, and it's just kind of, it's lacking in dialogue. It's lacking in a purpose-driven plot going forward. It just kind of spins its wheels the whole time. So, sorry. Um, And so I don't know. The spinning of the wheels kind of gets on your nerves, and I just think that it could have used more like maybe sideline stories or something, or throw more characters in to make it a little bit more interesting. They do have one character you're not so sure about. It's kind of sad that he's on the other side of things, and he kind of wavers back and forth. So he's an interesting character. It's Naomi's partner as a cop, and so there's some interesting characters. There's a lot of really bland ones, and just hollow. Just like no interesting, no facial expressions, no nothing. They just say their line and go cut to the next scene and have them say their line. So the blandness of it, I think, gets a little disappointing, and I think that just the weakness of Tyrese's character and the weakness of this movie, I would say the ending is strong enough, but it's just kind of a ridiculous situation. Everybody just kind of standing around, waiting for what's going to happen, and then what happens happens, and it's fine. It's a fine ending. It's just something that if you don't say that you saw it coming, then you're probably lying to yourself. And so a movie like this that's pretty straightforward, sort of enjoyable, has a little bit of an interesting plot. You know, it's just a C movie. It's a middle of the range movie. It's nothing that you have to go out of your way to watch. I got it free from my library here. 3-4 months after it was out in theaters. So just be able to watch it, but don't go out of your way to watch it. I'm gonna give it a C plus for the simple fact that I thought it was better than what people were kind of painting it out to be. I'm a little sorry I didn't see it in theater. It was interesting. It did have a lot of uh, gunshots and stuff. It does have a lot of gunshots and stuff, and it just has a lot of action that I didn't think was going to be in it. It was a little bit more exciting than what I thought it was going to be. So a C plus for Black and Blue. Thank you guys. My name is Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.